Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost?
While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you. Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit SCEducationLottery.com.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
We've all done it. You see a headline but don't have time to read the whole story, or there's so much news you're not sure what is worth your time. I'm Colby Ekowitz, co-host of Post Reports, the weekday afternoon podcast from The Washington Post. Post Reports brings you what's relevant and revealing. Breaking stories, politics, wellness, culture. Each episode goes beyond a headline for the context you need. Find Post Reports now, wherever you're listening.
Wake your ass up, fool. John Jay and Rich. What's crack-a-lackin'? This is the big boss dog, Snoopy Deagle Double Jizzle. Bang, boom, what you gonna do? John Jay and Rich. We're not talking about Ren 1010. We're not talking about Lassie. It's the one and only dog, y'all. The classy, sassy, big Snoop Deagle Double Jizzle. In your face to be and in the place to be. And you're listening to John Jay and Rich. Wake your ass up.
I got a DM from Andrea. Really, really interesting situation she's in. And, well, I said, can we get your number? You got to come and tell the story. Andrea, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
What's going on?
Well, my poor grandmother, she's in her 80s, and my grandpa passed away recently, and she was married to him for over 40 years. And now she is single and ready to mingle and has a very active Facebook life now. And we've noticed she started sharing a lot of pictures of, like, Kevin Costner and, like, sharing from the specific site. And we, at first, we're like, oh, that's weird. And then the more she started sharing, the more we started realizing, she thinks she's talking to this person. And she doesn't even realize it says Kevin Costner fan page. But this account has started commenting on her stuff. She started commenting on his stuff. And we thought it was cute at first. It was kind of silly. You know, he would say how beautiful she is. And then as the weeks went by, we realized she's definitely sending this man money, and she has no idea that these comments are public. And John Jay, I think you'll like this. She also thinks she's talking to Mark Harmon.
No.
You're right, he did like that.
Grandma!
What? But first of all, she's a little too-timer, your grandma.
I know.
She thinks she's related.
Mark definitely doesn't make Kevin Costner is definitely her number one. But yeah, I told my dad, and I said, you got to tell her, like, she doesn't know that these are public messages and not him. And she got pretty defensive. She said, no, this is Mark Harmon and this is Kevin Costner. Don't you worry. It's just friends, and I'm not sending him money. But her Facebook posts are definitely insinuating otherwise.
So why would she send Kevin Costner money? I mean, I know he's out of work now.
He needed it
Because he's like, hey, I'm not in season 6 of Yellowstone.
Right.
What? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would she do that?
I know. Yeah. But she's very happy and does not want people to disrupt her happiness, but she definitely has no idea that these are public messages.
Is your grandma, is she, losing her mind, seriously? Because, when you get older, things change and things like that. Is she a little crazy because she's getting older?
Definitely 1,000%.
Okay.
But still has the capability of sending money.
Isn't that the slow roll where they just give her compliments and then soon... I'm air quoting, Kevin Costner's going to be like, I need a little money to help Horizon 2 get off the ground, but I'll pay you right back. Isn't that the way those things always roll out?
Exactly. But then what's sad is at one point, her most recent message was on his comments, and she said, I'm tired of you, like, giving me mixed signals. I just want to know the truth. So she's kind of catching on, maybe, that maybe he's a little shady, but...
Does she call him Kevin or Kevin Costner?
Kev.
I think Kevin.
Oh, look at this.
But anyway, that reminded me of Grant. I just want to know how he handled his situation back in the day with his mom. I feel like I never heard a follow-up.
Okay, well, Grant is in here, but let me just read you this headline. I just typed in Kevin Costner scams, and it says, this woman says, big article, I was scammed out of $200,000 by a fake Kevin Costner.
Damn.
That's nice.
Man, you got to...
no.
Yeah. All right, so Grant, what happened to you? Because remember, your mom was sending money to...
Nigeria. I mean, to several people who all ended up being, I think, the same person.
But you got very involved.
Oh, man. I got blocked by, like, I was calling down there, like, probably 4 or 5 times, like, a week, and getting a hold of people and talking to them to record evidence, basically, that, hey, this is
for
a
your
scam.
mom,
Yeah.
Not for a government or to arrest them. You can't do that.
I mean, there's no jurisdiction anyway. Like, nobody can do anything here for a crime that's happening over there.
Right.
But I think, like, ultimately the stuff that ends up happening with, like, this Kevin Costner scam is they'll say, oh, you caught me, I'm not Kevin Costner, but we have this amazing emotional connection, right? And then they're like, well, yeah, he is a scammer, but this is why he did this. We still have had these conversations. We've still talked. We've still established this connection. Even though he lied to me about being Kevin Costner, he's still a really great guy that needs $200 for a new pair of shoes. Or like some like...
And your mom fell for that.
Is your
mom done with the Nigerian people?
I think so. Honestly, there's a point too where it's like, I love my mom and I'm not going to be her boss. I'm not going to be the guy who's like, you can't talk to whoever you want to talk to. You can't do what you want to do. So at a point I was just like, you know what? I did everything I could. I've literally become enemy number 1 in this Nigerian hair salon. So I did my part, and she, I think, has now moved on and is now
talking to Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. I'm going to Kevin. I'm going to Uncle Kev's for Thanksgiving.
Send him on the link to the fake Kevin Costner. But you brought up Mark Harmon, by the way, Andrea. You brought up Mark Harmon, and we're big fans of Mark Harmon over here.
Hello, I'm Mark Harmon. Mark Harmon.
This movie starring Mark Harmon on TV. Look at Mark Harmon. It starred Mark Harmon. Wait, look up Mark Harmon too. Mark Harmon played him early. I think it might have been the 80s or something. And Mark Harmon was really good. Yeah, that's Mark Harmon.
What do you see here, Lois?
Do we have to?
What do you see?
A picture of Mark Harmon.
A picture of Mark Harmon, the greatest actor who ever lived. Do you see a wheelchair under Mark Harmon?
Peter.
Lois? Do you see a wheelchair under Mark Harmon?
No.
No, you do not.
Harmon.
I was a big fan of Mark Harmon. Anyway. Well, we hope she stops sending money to Kevin Costner.
Yeah, me too. Well, Grant, I'm glad your mom is doing well too.
Well, thank you. I would just tell your dad or whoever is involved, just to be like, hey, what's the deal? Ask the questions that are hard to give logical answers to. Like, have you met this guy? Are you planning on meeting this guy?
Can I meet this guy?
What's his plan moving forward with you? And because, you've got a financial, thing going on. That I don't know.
Who is this co-star in No Way Out?
Yeah.
Sean Young.
Yeah, that's right. Sean Young. Ask a bunch of Kevin Costner trivia and see if she gets it. All right, thank you, Andrea. Thanks for calling in. I hope Grant helped you a little bit.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Rich and Peyton, there's a competition going on that I think is Peyton, when I was reading what you wrote, it's so angry.
Yeah, she's mad at me.
Yeah, so explain, please.
Well, I was telling you guys that I have this new addiction with Monopoly Go, it's just Monopoly, but it's on your phone. And I attached it to my Facebook, and me and Rich are friends on Facebook. So Rich ended up being one of my friends on Monopoly Go. Now, just a couple days ago, it might have been yesterday morning, I woke up and I looked at my bank and I was down $280 million.
Sheesh.
And I'm like, how does that happen? And I go to my little notifications, and none other than Rich Barra stole $289 million from me.
Stole? Is that part of the game, stealing?
He had a bank heist, and he stole all my money. Now, everybody else who steals money from me, they steal like $2 million, $4 million.
Which is a lot.
How did Rich get $289 million of my money, right? So I'm set. Rich is cheating at this point. I don't know how he's doing it.
Not cheating.
But he is absolutely cheating. And so I'm getting fired up and I'm mad. I go and I look last night right before I go to bed. Oh, I got another 900 or another 90 million stolen by Rich. So I'm actually getting really hot right now. Like my toes are tingling right now talking about this because I'm fed up. I'm done. So I took matters into my own hands, and I don't care if I'm being a sore loser, but I removed Rich as my friend on Monopoly. He's not my friend anymore.
You're just like my children.
I wish I could block you. I wish I could block you, and you can never request me again. I don't know if you noticed, Richard, but I'm no longer on your board. You can't steal money from me anymore. I'm done with you.
I didn't look this morning, but so here's how it started, just to be fair. So Peyton hit me and was bragging about it in here. Remember, Kyle? She's
I do.
I just stole $14,000 from you on Monopoly Go. And I'm like, well, I thought we were friends. And she even said, but you'll never find me because it's not my name. So I look and I figure out what her name is, and it's like XXXX.
Why are you giving out my identity right now? Because now I got to go change it again.
So you can't, I don't understand the game. So you're not playing as yourself, or you just have a...
I just changed my name because I think that it's embarrassing for everyone else to know that I'm playing Monopoly Go. I didn't want anyone to know it's me.
It's kind of challenging to earn money, and it's kind of challenging to get things going. But at some point, I hit some crazy lucky streak where you get so many dice rolls. And I got thousands of dice rolls. So once you get thousands of dice rolls, you can go, well, when I roll, I want 10 times or 100 times what I normally get. I press 100 times, just one time, and it lands right where I can bank heist Peyton for 100 times whatever it is that I'm supposed to.
Which was my $280 million.
But now you blocked him, so now he can't play.
He can't play. He's not my friend anymore. He is no longer on my board.
Is he still your friend on Facebook, or no?
He's my friend on Facebook.
On Monopoly Go.
On Monopoly Go, me and Rich cannot play. He cannot hit my bank one more time. Not happening.
You're just like my kids who are addicted to Monopoly Go, and because I've beat them so many times at Monopoly at home, the regular board game, they're like, no, we want to respect you as our father. We will never play you in a board game ever again.
Yeah, I genuinely love you, Rich. I don't want to hate you. And I will hate you if I continue to be friends with you on Monopoly.
Does this make you want to play at all, Kyle?
No.
Me, same here. Same here. It does not sound...
It's addicting.
Stacey won't either. She's like, I'm not playing against you. She's like, we have a good relationship.
No, it's not about playing against you. It just doesn't sound fun.
It's so fun.
It seems so like 90 million. Come on, that's not real. Like when you play normal Monopoly, you're charging somebody rent. You're playing the normal board game. Like, yeah, it's realistic. This is outlandish.
No, I know. I don't know what happened, but now I have like $4 billion in my bank account.
Oh, my gosh.
So you can't come after me anymore.
You enjoy that $4 bill.
Rich and Peyton are playing CEO Monopoly.
We're going hard in the paint.
Yeah, it's like Jeff Bezos versus Elon Musk over here.
And you shouldn't have announced it was on, Peyton. I would have left you totally alone.
Well, now it's over. Game over.
Peyton, what's the vibe for predictions?
I don't know if you guys saw, but Big Fat Liar is on Netflix, which is like my childhood. So I feel like I should tell you if you are the biggest liar based on your zodiac sign.
Big Fat Liar, like Frankie Muniz?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like number 4 on Netflix movies.
Is it really?
Yes, I love that movie. Amanda Bynes, like, say less. I think that's her, right?
Yeah,
I've never seen
That's
it.
her. Oh, you gotta watch it. It's such a good movie.
It is.
Kyle.
You've had Frankie in here many times where I think he had a crush on her. They were like kind of a crush on each other when they
I
made that
love
movie.
everything about that.
Okay. So what is it again? You're going to tell us if
I'm
you're a
going
liar?
to tell you if you're a liar.
Okay.
Yep.
877-937-1047. Call us right now to get your sign read. Nicole, good morning. What's your sign?
Good morning. My sign is a Libra.
Just like Kyle. Okay, my Libras, you guys come in at number 9 on the list of being liars because you guys are cute when you lie. You guys are the type to like throw out a little wink. Like, yeah, I definitely cooked that organic dinner 4 times last week. Wink. That's my Libras.
A fun liar.
A fun liar.
We have fun here.
There you go.
It's a good one. I love it.
All right, Nicole, you have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks
You
for
too.
listening.
Bye.
Joe, what's your sign? Good morning.
Sir. Scorpio, good morning.
Good morning. All right, my Scorpios, you guys actually come in dead last at liars. You guys are number 12 on the list because you Scorpios, you struggle to lie. You guys actually tell the truth so hard that it actually hurts people's feelings 99% of the time.
That's exactly right.
You guys
We're
keep it real.
heartbreakers.
Right?
You
All right,
guys
Joe.
have a wonderful day.
You too, Joe. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
877-937-1047. Good morning, November, the Taurus.
Good morning. How are you?
Hi.
All right, so for my Taurus, you guys are number 10 on the list, pretty far down. But honestly, this one's a little tricky for me because there are two type of Tauruses. One is going to look you in the eye and just dead lie to you or not even blink. Or a Taurus is going to tell you a lie and then immediately apologize because they feel really, really bad about it. There's no in between.
That's so true. No, there's no in between. You get one or the other.
Exactly.
All right, November.
Well, okay, to lighten the mood, I got a joke for you guys. Kind of.
Okay.
Okay, so if him and Caitlin have twin daughters, what do you think Grant would name them?
What?
And a 1 and a 2.
Okay, and a 1 and a 2 and a 3.
Anna, like Anna.
Like Anna.
Anna,
he's
1
a
and a 2.
drummer.
That's totally
Oh,
it.
Because he's a drummer.
That's a good dad joke.
Funny, November.
Okay, November. Thanks, November. What do you got for Pisces?
Pisces, coming in hot, number 2 on the list. Pisces, you guys are such notorious liars that you don't even realize that you're lying half the time because you're literally delulu. And then when you tell a Pisces that they're just full of it, they'll actually probably agree with you.
Yeah,
They'll be like,
right.
yeah, you're probably right.
Wow. How about for you, Leo?
Leos, number 4 on the list. We're pretty high up there too. Leos, we love the dramatics. We're the type just to start a rumor to get that dramatic effect or something. I don't know. It's honestly twisted and we should stop.
That's how about Virgo?
Number 3, John Jay, you beat us Leos. I know. Some people might find this as a shock, but honestly, Virgos, they're going to lie to you for your benefit. They're here to help you, here to improve your life. So they need to twist the truth a little bit to be successful. They're going to do that.
That makes sense. That's ethical. All right, we don't know what number 1 is. Should we wait? You go to the website, find out number 1.
Go to the website because number 1 did not surprise me.
Really?
Yep.
Our website is johnjaneRich.com, and you can find out who's the number 1 best liar. So, Pay, what happened to you last night with your mama?
We went to lunch yesterday and something very weird happened and I don't know, I didn't know how to feel about it. But when I got there, I beat my mom to the restaurant. So I'm like, I'm going to order.
I thought you said, when I got there, I beat my mom.
No.
Misbehaving.
No.
Smacked around a little bit.
That appetizer.
She would beat me if I ever try to lay hands on her. I'm scared of Miranda. That is true. No, I beat her to the restaurant. So I was like, I'm going to order like a little Moscow Mule, right? So I went and I hand my ID to the server and she didn't really believe that it was me on my ID. She started asking all the questions. What's my address? What's my birthday? But I'm used to that. You know what I mean? I can look like I'm 16 when I'm not put together. So she gives me the drink and it was, my mom had gotten there and it just felt like the vibes were really weird. Like, I don't think our server liked us very much, or maybe she was having a bad day. I don't know, but the vibes were off. And so I tried my Moscow Mule and you guys, I don't know what was wrong with my Moscow Mule, but it literally tasted like poison. It was so gross.
Yeah.
And usually I'm not very picky when it comes to my alcoholic beverages. I'm going to drink what you put in front of me. But this particular one, I was like, something is bad in this drink.
Was it a Moscow donkey?
And maybe it might just be a Moscow donkey. I don't know what it was. But I awkwardly asked our server, I was like, hey, can I get a Dr. Pepper instead of this mule? And she was like, okay, yeah, sure. And kind of took it with a little bit of an attitude. And she walked around the corner. Y'all, our server was talking so much mess about me.
How do you know?
Because I heard her.
Oh, go
I could
on.
literally hear her. She was probably maybe 5 feet away and around the corner. And she walked up to the manager and was like, I just told her it was ginger beer and vodka. And I was like, okay, I don't know what I did to make you so mad. And I understand, maybe if you're having a rough day and somebody returns a drink and it makes you feel some type of way. I get talking mess about the customers around the corner. But, can you not say it so loud that I hear you?
Is that what's in a Moscow Mule? Whatever it is?
It was vodka, ginger beer, and lime.
But that's how you make one?
Yeah, that's usually how you would make one.
When you don't know what they did wrong to
I don't know what was in it, but I would have drank it if it was drinkable.
You should have said something like, you know what? I'm under 21. I just realized I'm not allowed to drink this.
It was just so bizarre to me that she was being mean behind my back, but to my face. I was like, what is wrong with asking for a different drink?
Was she actually saying anything about you, or was she just saying I told her what it was, she didn't like it?
Yeah, it was. She wasn't necessarily talking about me, oh, that girl over there. It was much I told her what it was and she didn't like it, but it was very loud.
But did you ask, so maybe she's mad because, did you ask for it, is it off the bill? and put
I didn't ask for it to be off the bill.
But
I
was it
would've-
off the bill?
Yeah, it was,
Okay.
but I would have paid for it. I'm not that type of person.
Oh, man.
Well, maybe she thought, like she's not going to get tipped on that now, so
Or
she's
she
probably
was
bummed out.
maybe having a bad day.
I think
That
she was
happens.
having a bad day. I'm not going to lie, which I get. I so understand. But like, if you're going to talk mess further around
Yeah,
the corner.
you should make sure the door's shut.
Yeah,
you
know
do
what
that
I mean?
for
Like,
sure.
It was just wild.
Tell us where it is so we don't go to lunch there.
I don't want to out him. I don't want to out him
Right.
because I'm
Right.
sure it was a bad day and our food was delicious.
And everyone has a bad day, like you said. But yeah.
But like, how awkward. I was like, okay.
So you didn't say anything? You didn't have your mom say something?
No. I wasn't going to say anything. That's just like, that's not me as a person. Like, I'm usually just like, it is what it is. Like, okay. But like, I just was floored that she was talking so much crap right there.
The lesson is you shouldn't drink at lunch.
Why is that the lesson? I don't like that lesson, and I don't agree with that lesson. I will definitely drink at lunch.
Justine, good morning. You're on the air.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good. How are you? What's going on?
Well, I kind of want to know if I'm shallow for breaking it off with a guy who has a tramp stamp.
Oh my gosh.
My friends all think I am, but I definitely wanted to see what your opinions were.
How proud of it is he?
I don't know because I've actually never actually talked to him about it. Basically, this was a new relationship. We were dating for about 2 months and definitely taking it quite slow. So, like, in those first 2 months, I hadn't seen him with his shirt off. But then came the time where after 2 months, the shirt did come off, okay? And we're about to, and I see this huge lower back tattoo that, like, it encompasses his entire lower back. It's a tramp stamp. It's a glorified tramp stamp. And the only way I ended up, like, going through sleeping with him was that there was some alcohol involved and it was a dimly lit room. But I just kept thinking about this freaking tattoo. So I called it off. I didn't say it was because of the tattoo, but it was pretty much only because of the tattoo.
Do you guys think that's shallow? Kyle, do you?
Yeah, it is. But also, like, only because this. Like, if you did talk to him about it, it could have been like, oh, I lost this bet. And it was like, there could have been like a story along with it.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like Rich said, he could have just been particularly proud of it. Who knows?
But a story behind it, if it's a big old detailed tattoo, I mean, if you lost a bet, I'd be like, no, not going to do it. That's the one bet I'm not going to pay off. What about you, Peyton? Do you think it's shallow?
I think it's shallow, but I think that's fair. Yeah, I would probably break up with guy with said back tattoo too. So.
I can't help but judge the guy.
Understandable.
Yeah.
You have to. You can't. You know how they say don't judge. You just don't. You can't. But I've only seen one guy with a lower back tattoo, and I completely judged him. And I feel I was right. He used to work here.
Is it Grant?
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Does Grant have a lower back tattoo? No.
Grant has a
No,
tramp
you
stamp.
don't, Grant.
He does not.
No, you don't. No, it's the guy that used to do mornings down the hall years and years and years and years ago.
Oh, yes.
The guy that was in a band.
Yes.
Not Rich. Another guy.
Yes.
You were talking about another guy down the hall. I think there's another taller fella who also had a tramp stamp. I don't want to say his name.
Is he still here? Is he still here?
He is not, no.
Oh, well, the guy I know is kind of tall, too.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
We were riding around on scooters or something in the hallway one day.
You're talking about the guy that I started radio with.
Yes, that guy.
Who are we talking about?
You don't know him. He has a lower back
we
tattoo.
would say his name, but
I
you
have
still
the
wouldn't know.
biggest FOMO right now.
You wouldn't know. Like, we could say his name, which I don't want to.
Right.
But if we did, you still wouldn't know.
Okay, tell me later.
He
Show
has
me a
not been
pic
around
later.
since you've been here.
Good-looking guy, really tall. I wasn't a fan of the way he dressed. I wasn't the way he talked. I wasn't a fan of my conversations with him. But one day we were doing something in the hallway, like riding scooters or playing on bouncy balls or something stupid in the hallway, and his shirt flew up, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Did you say
Hold
something?
on. I was like, "Whoa! Playtime is over."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was so
Playtime
jarring.
is over. And it's funny too because when I see women with lower back tattoos, like we have a friend that we become friends with much later in life, and she's a school teacher. Elementary school teacher, and one day she was doing something and she had a lower back tattoo, and I can't help to think in her single days 18, 19, 20 she tore it up and got a lower, but it's like I make up this whole story in my head and I forgive her. Does that make sense?
Yes,
but with a guy I was like, hey
They're
what's up?
really in right now, though. Like, a lot of girls are getting, like, italic fonts of, like, the word lover or, like, love.
My sister's friend got Journey.
Oh, wow.
Life's a journey.
Are you
Yeah, but in Japanese.
Okay.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
can we ask the ladies in the room, between John J. Rich, who is most likely to get a tramp stamp in the future? Who do you think?
Between John and I can't imagine either of them with a tattoo.
I can see.
Between Nick, Noah, John J. and Rich, who's most likely to get a tramp stamp in the future?
I think John J.
I would probably get a tattoo, but not a tramp stamp.
I think you would for the bit. I think you would do it.
How much would it cost for John J. to get a tramp stamp today?
So Justine, is she shallow? I guess the vibe is yes, but understandably, I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I get it, but I think in this case, I'll accept that I'm shallow because I just am not.
Yeah.
If you're not attracted to it, you're not attracted to it.
I
And
get
I'm
it.
definitely
Okay.
turned off by that.
I think because of you, we do this. 877-937-1047. Tell us about the shallow reason you won't see somebody again. All right. So Justine's dating this guy for 2 months, sees his lower back tattoo. Whoa! Not seeing you again. All right, Justine, thank you for calling.
Thanks, guys. Love you.
Love you too. 877-937-1047. The shallow reason you won't date someone again.
Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs. What does that even cost?
While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you.
Yeah! For game odds and details, visit sceducationlottery.com.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
There's an efficient way to get caught up on a lot of news. It's called The Seven from The Washington Post. It's a newsletter and podcast. Whether you're reading or hit play, you get 7 stories you need to know, and you can consume it all in just a few minutes. The Seven is out every weekday morning by 7 a.m. Eastern. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'm one of the writers, and I host the show. Find The Seven podcast wherever you're listening. The newsletter link is waiting for you in the show notes.